What's going on, everybody? I'm Solus44. This is MC Eternal 2, episode I don't even know anymore, and I've got a lot to show you. So, the mod pack updated. I'll just go with that. And I've been doing a little building, if you can't tell. So I'm going to take you on a little bit of a tour of the base and the updates and the upgrades and everything else that I can find. And Cube.js, if you look, has released a whole bunch of new stuff from Mr. Adam, the Modpack author. If you just type in cube with a K, you'll notice that there are some new items. There is the morphing piece, so it looks like there is an ability to actually morph into different creatures. I don't know if that has been implemented yet. And I can say that for sure that some of these are not implemented yet, okay? There's a seeker map. It is supposed to allow your radar mini-map to show creatures and stuff, and if you hit the map button, it should show you creatures. If you zoom in, you should be able to see the creatures on the map. Now, you can change that on your own in a config or in a script. I don't know. I am leaving it as Modpack intended. One thing that is messed up since I upgraded from a previous save is I don't know how to chunk load with the new way you chunk load. So the new way you chunk load is going to be through the map itself. You'll zoom in, and as you can see, there's chunks here. You'll right-click, and it'll have an option in here that says to claim chunk, and then once you claim the chunk, right-click it again, and then you can then force load the chunk. That option didn't work for me for whatever reason. I'm not sure what's causing that issue or how that's happening. I even went so far as to delete the folder for mods and then reload it, but I don't know. I'm just going to stick with the FTB chunks. It works so far anyway. Oops, I know I do want to keep that chunk loaded. There are some issues. I will throw that out there as well. Because of some of the changes to stability and whatnot, there has been some edits to some of the creatures that you can or cannot contain inside a Drigme farm. So for my own safety and for everybody else's, if you have a Gravedigger or a Grave Guardian, I'm going to have to let him out. He's in there now because he was in there before the update, but I believe he is not supposed to do anything or even be able to be caught, because as soon as I click on him, it crashes me into it kicks me out. So just be aware that that's a problem. And anything that you have already pre-done, as you can tell, I am running with shaders right now just because I wanted to show you guys the base with the shaders on. And I think it looks a lot better where I put this layer here. And yeah, I think it's coming along all right. I got at least what, 1, 2 more layers to go, 3 more layers to go. This will be the 4th layer, 5th layer, because I'm actually going to connect to the old Lucky Charm Shamrock mob farm or farm itself. What was added? I can cover that as well. At least some of it, because there's so much that was added. It was a lot of mods. Mob grinding utilities is added to the mod pack, and it's awesome. But unfortunately, and fortunately, I guess it's for the sake of stability again, the swab for this is disabled. You cannot craft the mob swab. So that way you can't duplicate specific creatures. It's easier than blacklisting the whole, like each individual one, since there are so many creatures. Right, so I'm 100% sure that's the reason for it. It's just, hey, we're just not going to duplicate mobs. But I do believe that you can make the golden egg. Yep, you can make the golden egg. All right, I'm hoping that you can make the golden egg, and I mean, you can make the nutritious chicken feed, right? So that means you can make the golden egg, which means you can make yourself a passive mob farm of, cow, sheep, whatever. Have them get ground up, whatever you're going to do to them, okay? Then you've got your cursed chicken feed, which can be crafted here. That lets you make, it doesn't give you a tooltip, but that lets you make, what is it? It's a rotten egg. I think it's a rotten egg. Yeah. rotten egg, and that can give you, I don't know. I'm going to build a mob farm using the rotten egg. I just want to see what happens with it. I'll do it inside of a compact machine because if you can't tell, my PC is not state of the art. So I am running on fumes when I put on the shaders. But fortunately, I can run it on a decent amount. Now, I haven't adjusted any of the other video settings like the render distances and stuff, and I probably could do that. I could even turn off the clouds or, there's a lot of stuff I could do to optimize it. I haven't done any of that. I'm being real lazy. Um, what was that? Oh, yeah, the species mod. So, the species mod was added as well. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the species mod. I was not. I didn't even hear about this thing. And to be honest with you, I should do a total video on it, and I might release the video on that before this one even comes out, just because I want to know about this mod. So I'll probably load into my creative world and go through and just experiment, check it out. I have found out how to get the spectacular burr, spectralibur. Look, it's an Excalibur that it says it converts souls into specters. I don't know what it does. I know how to get it, and that's going to tell you like something else. I'll tell you that in just a second here. There's all these different little mob drops that are left, and also some more food. So I've been streaming live on TikTok, and you can just look me up under Tim Arnold. 886, but you can just look for Tim Arnold and then type in Minecraft, and you should be able to find me if I'm ever streaming live. And I will show you all the building, because I've been doing a lot of the building on my live stream instead of doing the building in my YouTube videos, because I find that it's just more interesting. People interact with me, and I can just zone out, listen to music. I cannot do music on this safely, because on YouTube they censor the living hell out of my music choices. And one of my favorite things to do is to turn on the radio that comes with this mod pack. And we've already seen what happens when I do that, right? So we're not going to do that again. I have an extra one just sitting right here, and I have another one sitting over by my build, and I have one inside the cart, which I also have set up a big platform, as you can't tell, just for me to drive around inside. Hopefully, I probably left the radio on, but I don't know. So I've been getting inside my buggy there. It was a quest. I went ahead and did it. It's not exactly, it's just a tier 1 rover. I don't know if there's a tier 2 or 3, come to think of it. No, there's just a tier 1 rover. But the species mod adds a whole bunch of new creatures, a whole bunch of new food. I'm talking wacky, weird, some of them really powerful. But I'm not going to see them in the areas where I've already explored most of the time. I'm mostly going to see them in areas that I have not gone to yet, because I think they spawn in specific biomes, but I have seen some in the server with my friend Sproblin. We've been going through and trying to catch up a little bit. We had to do a lot of catching up. We're nowhere near where I'm at right now, but we are definitely gonna be doing some time on the YouTube, doing the stream together with Sproblin as soon as he gets an opportunity. If nothing else, I try to preview, preload, and pre-copy like all of this that you're seeing right now. Yeah, it's just days and days ahead of time, right? I've already recorded this, and probably 6 days, 7 days out. So if you have questions or you have comments, just know that I might have already done what you said. So I'm not being rude if I don't go, yeah, okay. That's my only response. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. That's not what I'm trying to do. I've already done a lot of the stuff. Like I already set things up. You just haven't seen it yet. Like it just hasn't happened on the YouTube channel. Okay. So I apologize for that. It's just some of my videos are really long, and I do an awful lot of stuff in them as well. Like for instance, I've already changed out my outfit and took off the Frost Walker because I couldn't stand having the Frost Walker anymore. It was causing too many issues where I could walk on water, but yeah, I was freezing everything. Didn't want to do that anymore. Look at that. He got me a converted fox. And I have some more swashers. And what is this one? A ray cat. Cool. So if you ever get any of these receptacles, you can actually summon familiars. Now, the species mod isn't the only thing that got added when it comes to creatures. This really cool mod quest book here, which is absolutely insane, comes now with an animal snap. Animal snap. Now, I went into creative not too long ago because I had to kill off a wither that I had left sitting in the nether. I used the pinkinator on it on live stream and turned it. I think I did it on live stream. Might have done it on a video. I turned it into a pink wither, and I didn't. I guess I forgot to put it to stay where it was at, and it decided to take off, and it started flying around the nether and destroying the nether everywhere, like really badly. It will attack anything and everything, and it's really strong. So it was killing everything. I had to kill him off, but I couldn't find him. I thought he went through the top of the nether. There's a layer of impenetrable wall there, and you can only get through there with going into creative. So I had to go into creative and get that done. He did not spawn there though. He was actually just flying around destroying crap, and I mean, it was pretty bad. He messed up the nether a good amount. Anyway, this is a way of going through and saying, all right, cool. Create a photography deal. I already did this. I don't know how this mod works. I did some of this stuff on the live stream, and I even saw some stuff. But it says you have to take a photo, right? I already did some of this, but I don't really know how all this works. Like, I guess I gotta make this palette, an empty palette, and then I gotta make this color outside the lines and things, this easel, and then you can like paint pictures. I don't know. I'm gonna check it out. When I figure it out, I'll go into it a little bit more. But I mean, it covers, as you can see, there's some new creatures, and I'm talking like a lot of them. There's a ton. Now, some of them are really hard to find. Some of them are not so hard to find. But like this guy right here, he's a mungus. That's a new one that sits in here. I mean, there's mooses and etc. I did move my Drigme farm inside. I don't know if I showed that, but I moved him downstairs. Somebody suggested that in the channel in the chat. I'm going to probably move the Whirly Sprig farm as well. It's just so many particles and so much stuff going on. I mean, look at how beautiful, bright, and shiny and stuff it is, and yet also look at my amazing frames dropping at random, like right when I get over here in this area because of the amount of activity going on at this this Whirl Sprig blossom. My assumption is that it has something to do with it calculating all the stuff out there, and then the chances of it getting it, and then going into I don't know. So I don't know. Yeah. So I dropped it all. Look, these guys go through walls now, and it's kind of annoying. So I'm just going to go ahead and put them inside of a compact machine and hope. And I mean hope that they don't just fly outside the internal boundaries of the compact machine. They might be able to fly right through it. I don't know. On the ground here, you're going to see some cheese. I've been building and doing a lot of food. So yeah, all my Drigme stuff is inside this compact machine. It's being sucked out through the importer and input into both my wall of holy crap of lots of stuff and my dank knolls, which I have upgraded, but they are not nearly full. They are doing excellent. Except for I have holy water in here and bile. So yeah, I'm going to have to probably update my tags on my list here because I am not getting any more bottles. So yeah, I got to keep an eye on that. And I don't mean a little bit of food when I say a little bit of food. I'm talking I've been doing massive amounts of food. So let's take a look real quick. I'll show you my different foods I've made. Of course, this is a different type of cheese. It's from Trails and Tales. You can make it. What I want to suggest you doing is once you make it on a cutting board I'm going to go ahead and, oh yeah, and I'll show you guys the inside of the place here. Make it on a cutting board and then put the cutting board area in a small dark spot and then let it sit for a while. It'll become regular cheese. Then you can slice it up. I went ahead and I did it. I put them down. I went ahead and put down armors that I had collected up. I think I've got a pretty decent collection. What's up, Sip's head? Yeah, and I gave each one of them a weapon. I think I all have weapons now. I even gave this guy a shiv. That's what it looks like. Yeah, here's the soul blade. Look at this bad boy. The Spectraliber. To get the Spectraliber, I'm going to mention that now. This has been upgraded. The Explorer's Compass for the Modpack is essential to get where you need to go, but it has been fixed. Okay, I was complaining about it, and it was upsetting me. Here's the thing. Now, if it says a dimension where it's located, it's there. Before the ancient factory, I could not find it anywhere. Now, I do have to travel extremely far because I already pre-gen most of the world. But now when I go into new areas, or it says ancient factory, let's say, now if you go in the Great Below, you'll find the ancient factory. Alex's worlds in the outer space, you'll be able to find the ancient factories and all the different stuff. But what it also includes is these really cool different things, like this Koboldiator Shrine. You can go in there, and there's different stuff there. There's the Libra, which is from the Species mod. These are the ones that are from the new mod that just got added, and I think they are all worth cool idea to go check out. Now look at the paleontology dig site. There's ruins. I mean, all this stuff now can be found where it should have been before. It wasn't for me. So if you just go down here to the Excalibur's chamber, you go down inside, there's like a little mossy hole. You jump inside, you'll see it. Now, I couldn't pull it out, but I did. It said I didn't have the strength. So I drank a strength 1 potion, went to pull it out. Out come these specters that fly around. You kill them. Try and pull it again. You have to try 9 times, and it'll pull out of the little deal, and you'll end up with this guy right here. As far as I know, it does not break. And it does have a little thing. Pretty cool, right? You hold right-click, and out comes a little soul. Now, if you looked on the screen, you can see the little dots that are on there. That's because you have to keep killing creatures. Now, he is your buddy. And so he will attack hostile mobs, but I'm hoping he doesn't try to attack my guys over there. We're gonna hope not, because I'm gonna cover that here next. I just wanted to show you the foods, and then I'm gonna show you guys my summons. You might notice already that I have some summons hanging out. I'm gonna put this up for right now. I like it. I don't know what he got into, but he's dying. Oh, yep, his time is out. Anyhow, yeah, all of my armors are out on display, or at least some of them, most of them. Some of them don't have complete sets, so I just added some stuff to them. On stream, I did do some more work on my AE2 system. As you can tell, it is now a little bit more classy. I don't know. I just made it so that it comes off the end here. It is almost maxed out on this end. And then I went ahead and added a P2P channel to just separate my crafting area and split it up a little bit even. A recipe was changed for Certus Quartz before I could, or Certus Quartz dust, or for silicon. Silicon was before you could make it, it would come out of Ender IO all the time, real easy, no problem. It wasn't working for me. It's working now. I don't know if that's still a good idea or not, but I did switch it around just in case. I have recipe issues so that I have a ton of Certus dust. In order to do that, I had to go to a couple of meteors. You go to a couple of meteors, eventually you'll find a flawless Certus Quartz, flawless budding Certus Quartz. I just set mine up with 1 growth accelerator so that it constantly grows crystals. You could do it your way. I'm just going to do it this way. This is just going to constantly produce dust. I added annihilation planes, and you can do your own configuration. Basically, every block side of except for the one where the growth accelerator is located is facing it, and so it's growing it's growing fast enough, and it's going to keep up with anything that I need right now. So as you can see, I'm already up to 9,942 dust. And of course, I still have my trader, so I can always get some more fluix if I need fluix, or I can set up an automated system later on down the road if I wanted to. I need to get more lights over here. And then I just added some decorations to the inside. Now, upstairs, you might have heard it already. I was doing mechanism. And I would go through the whole... Really? It's still too dark? Oh. I thought I added enough lights in here. I guess it's still really too dark in here. I'll have to add some ceiling lights. I went ahead and built a thermal evaporation block. I have some of the muffler upgrades already, so that it's quite enough. I think it's quite enough. At nighttime, this thing will stop producing enough, so I went ahead and added a resistive heater, but I only have it set for 150, which isn't that much at all. But it keeps this thing running. I don't have everything maxed out, and I really don't plan on doing it. We're using our infinite water source from the Haunted Jug with just some elite mechanical pipe to keep sure there's water in it. And then we're going to go ahead and turn on my night vision so that way I can cover this with some vision. There you go. I've been turning it off my night vision so that I can see where I need lights placed. Alright, so the first step in the process for me, of course, was to make the evaporation plant and to figure out how to get sulfur dust. So sulfur dust is right here. It is being produced with hydrogen chloride and gunpowder. I don't have an infinite amount of gunpowder. I have a lot, but it's going down quickly. However, my miner downstairs also produces sulfur, I think, as well in small amounts, so we'll kind of see how that goes, because I decided to use AE2 to move all my stuff around and put external storage buses on almost all of the tanks. So like this chlorine now is stuck on this. I always have it inside the system, and all that is just the brine coming from there being separated into sodium and chlorine. I have to dump excess because I have another tank on this side with an elite tank on it with a storage bus as well. So basically, I'm just storage busing all the tanks that I need to. I know that water vapor is only useful for a few things. I don't know if I'm going to need water vapor itself for anything other than that. I guess we'll see. I don't know if I want to put the... Actually, I'm not going to be putting the nuclear reactor over here. I don't want to have an explosion take place in here. I'll probably do another quantum or another compact machine. He did upgrade the compact machine so that now there's all of the sizes. Before there was one missing, and so there is a larger version that is now available. Thankfully, he allowed that to happen. But for server optimization, the guy has done a lot of work. Actually, in the quest book, there's actually a like landlord type thing that you can do on some of it. And you click on it, you can use your coins now, and you can buy yourself deeds and titles and such, and it'll get you more chunks and to claim and chunk loads, that kind of thing, etc. In Barry's yard sale here, you can use your coins now. Finally use the coins now to do some buying and selling and stuff like that. Well, mostly just buying. And I've already bought an amethyst goat horn because I thought it was pretty cool. You can actually buy yourself the blade of whatever. And I mean, I already made it, so it's no big deal. I've already shown you guys how to do that. So that was kind of neat. This is just basically the water vapor going in here and the sulfur trioxide becoming sulfuric acid. It's all a line of progress. So we got sulfur here. Then it goes and it becomes sulfur dioxide, which mixes here, becomes sulfur trioxide by mixing with oxygen. And then it goes over here and then becomes the sulfuric acid by mixing sulfur trioxide with water vapor, and you get your sulfuric acid. right? That sulfuric acid is then used inside of your dissolution chamber, which right now I'm running all my netherite, my nether gold ore in here, and it's becoming a very large amount of gold dust for me. At the very last process, it becomes gold dust. If you want me to go through a step-by-step on how to do this, I'll literally make a video just step-by-stepping through. I'm just going to go through and show you the different processes here. You have to make hydrogen chloride, so that's just chlorine and hydrogen. It mixes together to make hydrogen chloride. I have a tank here with a storage bus on it, so I can put it anywhere I want within the AE2 area. And it's just processing gold crystals, which are made in this chemical crystallizer, which is from the chemicals that are being processed inside the washer. Yeah, it's a lot, right? So then it goes from there, and it goes into here to make clumps, and then the clumps come in here, they get crushed to be dirty clumps, and then they come in here and they get enriched, and then they come through here. They come out and they become gold dust. And so for the sake of the video and for the sake of playthrough, I didn't show that on a YouTube video because I've shown it before, and I just didn't think it was necessary. People that have done Mechanism probably a million times, and there's plenty of videos showing how that's done. But if you want to know how to do it, you can ask, and I'll be more than happy to show that process. No, that is not the end of it all, and I'm not processing everything. I'm processing one ore at a time, and right now we're just doing gold. I mean, I have a lot of ores to process. They just keep on showing up. Look, there's sulfur ore, so even that's going to get processed. I'll probably see if I can run the outer space stuff. I don't really know for sure on that, to be honest with you. Yeah, but we're going to do lead. We're going to do silver, gold, copper, and I don't know if I'll do redstone or not. I have a lot of other ores that I could probably work on, but since this pack, I've already have a lot of those in stock, and I mean to pretty good amounts. I'm not going to do much more. All right, so I told you I was doing a lot of food. And a lot of food. Yeah, it's kind of a crazy amount. So I'll just go over that kind of quickly. So once I got to the end, I was able to grab myself some dragon meat, and I was able to get some chorus cookies and chorus fruit, etc. Make some ender pearl grain, which is just chopping an ender pearl up. Boom, you get your ender pearl grain. So I can go through right now and show you some of the foods I've got sitting here. You got the steamed dragon egg delight from Ends Delight. You have to crack your the dragon egg that you get. I'm gonna have to kill the dragon again, so that I can get another dragon egg. But once you eat all of this the food out of this, it'll actually drop the dragon egg, and it's a small little guy. And you can crack it on the cutting board with the well, it looks like I could make it with that. Oh yeah, there's also the Ender Dragon sound muffler, and I think there's also the Wither sound muffler added because of mob grinding utils. Thank goodness for that. But you can actually take it and you can craft some of these really cool items if you can find the soul engine. I believe the soul engine is inside the Great Below. Where is that smaller dragon egg? There it is. The non-hatchable dragon egg. You crack it with the nether star here on the cutting board, and then it gives you this liquid and a small dragon egg shell. Now that's how you can make the dragon egg knife, but the better thing to do, in my opinion, is to go ahead and use it to make these two really powerful stews. And I'm going to go through the list of some of the things that I've got ready to go here. I've got the bowl of dragon meat stew. If you look, it has an extremely large amount of absorption, regeneration, strength, nourishment, all that stuff that's really powerful. Surprisingly, not a whole lot of shanks, though. But it does fill you up. I found some crabs. I killed some endermen and got their sinew, and yeah, it's crazy. I got some ender bamboo rice, a plate of dragon leg with like this right here is a dragon leg with slices. You can just basically cut yourself a piece of that out and get you that. I completed all of the items that you can make with the red cheese. So I should have some red cheese somewhere. I probably used it all up, actually. Um, I did kill some kangaroos, I'll admit, but there are a lot more foods that I just did not get to because I wasn't killing creatures, and you need to have the cleaving ability. And so with this cleaver, I can go through and collect all these different types of foods. There's been an update to the Great Below, and it's a lot of stuff. I haven't even gone through it all yet myself, so I'll probably go check that out. But I mean, I've made all these different really powerful foods so that way I can give myself a whole lot more hearts. And if you're wondering how to look for that, you just take your Spice of Life book. Actually, I think I put mine in my eccentric tome. I might have done that. Nope. Now I can't lie. I've lost a lot of items that have disappeared because of the update. I don't know what happened because of that. Like I don't know what specifically causes that. Uh, if you're on a server, you should let your admin know, hey, I lost my eccentric tome book or I lost this item or whatever. Because the Spice of Life book. Spice of Life book. I kind of have one. What is it called? Food book. Let's just type in food book. Maybe it's still here. Yeah, there it is. If you pull up your food book here and you open it up, you can see I've only done 196 foods out of the total of 540. Now that's given me 18 hearts so far. That's a lot. So don't think about not eating foods. Check them all out. I mean, for you guys that are farmers, you are already going to get a whole lot of stuff. Like, look at this. I've got all these foods I haven't tried. Some of them are just basic, like kangaroo pasta, kangaroo stew, lobster pasta. I haven't even done any of those yet. So my live stream, I'll be doing a lot of food cutting and chopping and gathering and such. So I'll be doing that on the TikTok live. But yeah, you can look already. I mean, some of these are going to disappear, obviously, once I go through um, and get it. Now, shulkers can produce meat. I didn't know that. I went through and I killed a whole bunch of shulkers trying to get that to go through. Um, I haven't eaten any ice dragon flesh. I think I have some, though. Yeah, I haven't eaten one yet. It's not a good thing because it's going to cause me to have some damage. And I did hatch my dragon, by the way. So, yeah, so that's enough for the foods. There's a whole lot of stuff to figure out with foods. Most of the foods are going to be made through the cooking pot, the kettle, which now has lava in it again. I don't know. And the cutting board. So there's a lot of going back and forth in that. Because unfortunately, this thing is not catching on to all the foods that are collected inside there. I don't know how to make it work. I haven't figured out like any way of adding a mod or anything to make it like see all the different types of food mods that are in the pack and combine them all into one. That would be an amazing mod if someone could come up with that. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Just saying. Um, there's also the brew and chew cauldron and keg that you can get to that's going to give you stuff, and then your trail and delights mod also adds a bunch more food. So like, there's just a lot of food, just a lot of foods. Matter of fact, I was in the middle of making some foods, and that's why I have. Let me go put that away real quick. I'll just put that up here. Some of it will fit, some of it won't. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in here. I'm gonna put away my knife. I like the Neptunium knife. For me, it's an unbreakable knife. It works. It never fails. I have some more flaxen cheese, and then of course I have some more pieces of cheese. We'll just put that in there. All right. Let's go ahead and open this too. Oh wow, I got some andesite. Yay. Also, the Sakura dimension has been updated. There are other creatures and other mobs in there, and apparently there are other goals and stuff, so there is a reason to actually go to it now. So I will be going to do that probably next video, I think. There's also another dimension in Cube.js. I wanted to talk about that also really fast. At Cube. I haven't accessed it myself, but you can craft this portable wormhole generator. It's actually not that hard to make. If you have a precision mechanism already made, the rest of this stuff can be made manually. And it's not that bad. Well, you got to be able to make brass and stuff, but Anyhow, you take this item and you're gonna. I guess I could craft that on. How are we doing on time? We're doing on time. I want to cover. Before I do that, I want to cover the summons I did because it's important. I think that you guys see that stuff. Because one of the minions, two of the minions have been updated and are really cool, like extremely powerful. I'm just gonna drop down. Oh yeah, with shaders on, you don't get the portal effect. Even the this portal works. The vampire mod, the vampire dimension's been updated as well, so you can go in there and check it out. And I believe there's more bosses and mini bosses, etc. So I'll be doing that as well because I am only level 6. I'm only level 6, and I need more pure blood. I don't think I have enough pure blood here. No, I don't have enough pure blood to get updated. I do have plenty of the books to get higher levels, and you need all of the little equipment to go with it. You put it all together, and then you can get your books all the way up to level 13, I think, 12 or 13. All right, so right here is the Ender Golem. Now, I don't know for you what your HP for your creature is going to be because it depends upon when you craft them. If you have your different voucher stuff, that also has been updated in the mod pack. I believe it's got its own little spot. Actually, no, he didn't upgrade. This is 100% completed now, so outer space is done. He added hex casting. I won't be doing hex casting. I just won't. I'll be honest with you. It's cool, but yeah. There it is. And under this trial of the soul, there's all these different deals, like each one of these kits that you can get. And then I'm guessing that you can take them and combine them together to make these other items. So I'll be working on that. There is also a new artifact mod that's in here. I believe it's something artifacts, but I'll cover that in a second. This right here, this portable wormhole generator, if you get it struck by lightning, it will then. Right here, it shows it. There's actually a bunch of stuff you can do with this lightning. So you come over here. There's 14 different things that it has for Goety. And since Goety's like a lot stronger than what I thought it was, I went ahead and did it. Here we go. So here's the page of stuff you can get. Now this is worth making. This cat burger head. If you can make the strange burger, take it and get it struck by lightning. Just throw it down on the ground next to a lightning rod. I'll show that. And you get the cat burger head. The cat burger head, if you place it in your slots, which you have now 2 slots for my head. There used to be just 1. Now there's 2. You can. It's basically like a Totem of Undying with a cooldown. So you get another Totem of Undying. So you got your. You got a whole bunch of different ways to not die. I mean, you got your regular totems, you got your Totems of Undying, you got your artifacts, you've got your puppets, you've got, oh my goodness, there's so many ways so that you can survive an instant death kill. So there's a lot of ways to survive not being murdered. These Ender Golem and the Redstone Golem were really not that hard to craft and summon, but you have to have the scrolls from Goety, and then make sure that you have the knowledge, and then you can build the structures, and then once you do that, you can use an animation core on the structure, and it will summon them. The netherite monstrosity, I think, is a bug. If you look, he has 120 hit points out of 1,200. He has his own inventory. Isn't that cool? But when I summoned him, he only had 120. Now he's got 1,200. So that happened during the update. Yeah, pretty cool. There is a item that you can get now that I just saw today, and it basically allows you to take any entity. It says smack an entity with it, pick it up, and use it and release it. It's a storage sphere for your creatures. Now, I think it's only for yours. I don't know, but I think it says for storing pets. So I think I can take a bunch of storage spheres and put these guys in here. I'll try in a second because I wanted to show you this big bad boy right here. Oh yeah, I updated the system here. It no longer fails to pull from the tank. It was having issues where it was just bouncing in and out of the in and the top and the bottom here. Now it just goes automatically once it gets into the XP bottles. It goes into here, gets pulled out, stuck back in here, and it just never runs out. Yeah, it's just Infinite Wars. Brutus is what I named him. But if you'll notice, this is the guy from Cataclysm, the monstrosity, right? Check this out. You can ride him. Now, I don't know if he breaks blocks. Okay, so I guess we could walk into here. Okay. He does not break blocks. He also doesn't jump. But it's still really cool. You get to ride him, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and show the summoning areas, the animation stuff the animation stuff. Now, unfortunately, I really wish it didn't do this, but it does it for a reason. Once you craft the areas you're going to summon them in, and you use the animation core, all the liquids that are in the item and all the different stuff becomes inert or whatever, so it changes into this structure. But the book gives you a shadowy thing now also, so like lets you have so I shouldn't have to show you that, but I will anyway. If you go in here in the Black Edition book, you can open it up, and there's all these new items that are in here because you notice that there's like that. This was cleared off before, so let's go. You go to Goety Cataclysm, and you want. Oh, actually, no. We want to go into summons. Where's the summons? Summons. All right. So these are all your different summons that you can do, and I went right to the end, I guess, and I was like, summon Redstone Monstrosity. Boom. Redstone Monstrosity. This is the structure right here. You click the visualize, you place it down. There it is right there, basically. And you'll see that I lost the centerpiece and everything else, but I'm not going to do another one. Yeah, so it takes quite a bit of resources to do these, but I fortunately have all the stuff I need. But now that we have that, when it dies, you can recraft them, right? Like you can get them back again. But I just have them sitting over by the other area, as you saw. But there's also the redstone golem, which you saw. There's this redstone cube you can summon. There's all these different summons you can do, and then depending on what you're wearing when you summon them, will give them different abilities or different levels, that kind of stuff. Goety has its own little set now. You can get a Croco Fang and a Zombie Absorber. I still have 3 more I haven't even seen yet. Yeah, and I think that's going to be amazing. Let's see, there's focuses now that I haven't gotten to yet, so I'm going to have to look at that. And then here's some more mutations that you'll have available to take a look at. I haven't done anything with most of it. I just wanted to try and summon them all, the really strong versions, just to kind of give it a little. Yeah, look, it's updated everything. So I'm gonna have to go through and redo almost all of my stuff and check it all out to see what it looks like. I was trying to do the big one. You won't be able to make. Okay, so you won't be able to summon the big monstrosity until you go to the end and you get the trial chamber system done. That's going to get you the scroll that you need to learn the knowledge of the Goety, Illage, and Spillage type doohickey. Yeah. I wish it would actually show it up in here. I'm missing one still. I don't know what that is. Oh, there's focuses. Here's the summons. Netherite monstrosity. Here it is. So here's my big old netherite monstrosity. Now, this thing was really difficult to make. If you guys have any questions, I did it on stream because I thought it would be kind of cool to show people. The hard part is it takes quite a bit of netherite to make all these. I wish it would have like a list of all the different parts you need. It doesn't really do that, but you can, of course, do the visualization and set it down, and this is where it would go, is right there where that's at. You can kind of, oop, right? But it converts it into inert blocks or whatever. Like the redstone blocks went away, the netherite went away, so you lose all that. You have to have soul sand on a lot of it because the soul fire has to be lit in all the spots, and it doesn't show one thing, and I wanted to point that out. If you don't look when you create this structure, it doesn't show the lava. So I was stuck for a little while. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, oh gosh, what do I do? There's a little channel that goes around the edge once you build this with all this gilded blackstone, right? But it's supposed to be lava right here. So there's a channel of lava, put in source blocks. I think it'll even work with non-source blocks too. But I went source blocks all the way around and right-click the center with an animation core, and then booyah, I've got yourself the monstrosity, and he is super powerful. And I have the ender golem too. There's the ender golem, and the same thing. That's the structure. Whoops. I gotta go back in here and turn this off. There. That's the ender golem right there. His structure. Boom. So, there's where all my little guys came from. Yeah, I killed a monstrosity a few more times. Got him going. Yeah, pretty cool. I think it looks all right. I mean, this is just outside the area here, so it's just going to be a quick aerial view of the compound. I will be expanding out that direction even more, and I want to keep on expanding over this direction because I do have, on my live stream, I will be driving around the base a little bit, and I went ahead and made myself a little racetrack with a whole bunch of lights, and it goes all the way out and around and comes back. You can see that here on the map. This is actually going to be a tunnel, and I want to make it tunnel all the way across. It's going to curve this way, but then I want it to also branch out and go down and around and basically come back over here and then, go down and around and go out here. So I can drive around through tunnels and whatnot. I think it would be pretty fun. I don't know, listening to some music, chit-chatting, whatever. Yeah, so we're going to be running out of time. We are definitely running out of time. So that covers all of the Goety stuff I've done, all the build. I think you can see that I put quite a lot of work into the build. I haven't finished. Originally, I put the dragon here. Oh yeah, I gotta go show you my dragon. I put the dragon in here. If you grow your dragon too big, it will break blocks. I didn't know that. I destroyed a whole bunch of stuff, and I right-clicked on him with the dragon control wand, and he started walking. Dude walked right into all my stuff. He just started breaking everything. So he was wandering around just breaking stuff. I finally got him to sit down. You can teleport him to you. You get yourself a fire dragon summoning crystal, and you can fly around playing the Game of Thrones music on a bagpipe or something to have some fun with your friends. I don't know, maybe have some Dragon Wars. So yeah, this is going to become an area here that I'm going to use for something else yet. I haven't decided. I still have one more layer on top of there to finish. And then, of course, this area here is going to be used for something as well. Again, I haven't decided quite yet. I don't really plan on using it for everything. Some of it's just going to be for looks, I think. So far, so good, though. I mean, I got to keep getting more dragon heads. I've killed quite a few dragons, and I found a few dragon skulls, but most of them are from dragons I've killed. Yeah. There you go. I think that's it. Hopefully I covered it all. I know this video is one of those, well, okay, whatever, but yeah, trust me, you're going to want this compass. You're going to want to go through and find a lot of these places. And, I mean, I've killed a couple more void blossoms. I even upgraded my Osglow glass cleaver, and I even learned how to take and remove any of the items off of the cleaver and put it back on. All you have to do is use a wet sponge in the parts deal, and it will let you do that. And I upgraded mine even further. It still has yet one more to go, because right now it has atomic grade text on it, which is another add-on, so you can give it even more abilities. And as you can see, it now does 30.8 damage a swing, which is getting up there, but it's not quite maxed out. I know it can go to 40 or more. I will be looking into doing chromatic armor because apparently that is a armor that you can use that even rivals the basic mechanism armor, like it's used as energy. And I'm going to use transmog, so the next video you might see me using transmog to remove my hat and putting something a little less covered because I don't like that I can't look up. It only moves the hat. The hat doesn't really move that far. So if I look up, I'm looking at my hat. So I will change the armor around, but I think the armor I've got on is actually pretty potent. Yeah. Let's go check out the dragon. He is on the slime island. And he is Sleepy Boy. And I have a full-size dragon. And you have to keep an eye on them because they do get hungry. You come over here to the side. One side. There you go. And old Greg here, 700 hit points. 47 armor because he has, let's get on him. I'll show you. Right, there we go. You just shift right click him. Sorry. So you shift right click him and then you can put armor on him. You can, I don't know, can you upgrade the armor? I don't know if you can get the netherite version or not. I'm going to try and find out. Now you get your little stats. This is a female version. It's got 700 hit points. It's a stage 5 and it says 171 days. Which is, I don't know. But so it's got a hunger bar though. So you got to keep feeding them or they will start to die. So once that hunger bar reaches a certain level, you gotta feed it. Now, you can feed it meat. You can feed it all kinds of foods in this pack. He'll eat anything. Just come to its head, right-click its face with the food. You'll hear it make a munchy sound. And then, yeah. Oh, look, I actually have a... Hey, buddy. I haven't seen slimes up here in forever. Now, I haven't decided if I want to do anything more with occultism or not, but I think I'm done. There's some slimes underneath me. Oh, no, I was going to say there's some slimes underneath me, probably. I've also decided to start using the pedestals and check out my RGB rat. He is a archaeologist rat, and basically, if I give him certain things, I can get it all done. I did go kill the Baron and complete that quest as well on stream. If you have any questions or you want to see that, I can show you the Baron. He's really easy to get. I thought it was more difficult than what he was, but really, if you just go down to where I was at by the ship, there was a siren sitting on the ground. I just right-clicked the siren, and boom, the guy showed up, and then he killed himself by hitting me because I have thorns. Because I have Thorns 4 on, he shoots really small amounts of damage really, really fast, and Thorns wiped him out. I didn't even have to hit him but one time, and I barely even did that, and he just blew up. So I got all his stuff, so I'll be able to complete the Rats mod completely out. You can use the Archaeology Rat to do a lot more than just... I mean, here's the new Rat setup. And yeah, you can get the party hat, you have to get all the different hats. All the hats in order for you to complete this quest. If you have 64 blocks of cheese, you can get a rat. It's an inventory rat. So that's pretty cool. I haven't done that yet because I don't really need it. But then you get all your modifications and all your different deals. I'm trying to get... I think I've got... Let's see. Let's take @rats. Yeah, I've already got an avatar of Atlantis. I've got the poisoning resist. I've got a whole bunch of different upgrades for rats. I don't think I'm gonna make the automaton. I have the ratinator, so you can make your own ratinator. Super fun. Definitely recommend doing rats all the way through in this pack. So the Ratlandian automation head, it's not. I thought it was super hard to get. It's not. Because you can give it to the fish, you can give the archaeology rat a skull, and it just gives you the automated head, which lets you then go ahead and get... Now, the one thing I can't get a lot of is these arcane technology. You might be able to do them through the mob farm or through the Drake Me farm. I'm not too sure. I have to figure that out. I don't know. I do have more tiny coins, though. I do want to go ahead and upgrade those to the biggest ones. Yeah. The rat breeding, I still could not get it to work. So there's my rats still. I don't know why they're not breeding. I don't know if I've got to do something special or not. But I did get this. I did want to show this. I have a fire dragon steel axe that has sharpness 7 on it and unbreaking 10. Now, this I got by trading with a trading dwarf, which you can actually buy your own trading dwarf now. Is it in berries? You might be in berries. You can get all kinds of stuff from this guy, even a nuclear bomb. It costs you a lot of coins, right? But let's see. You can get a portable spear. You can get this Ratinator upgrade. I have all this stuff. I should go ahead and do that. Raptors is a new creature that's added to the nether. Again, use the compass and it'll actually take you to some of the stuff. So if you like raptor coop, so you can go there. Um, gosh, there's so much stuff to cover. It works though now, and that's the big thing for me. It actually works. You want to kill the Obsidiolith a few more times because it's going to get you that morphing thing. Now I don't know if it's been integrated into it yet, but this thing is cool looking. Yeah, I got it from trading. Look at that. It comes with just 30 damage already and fire. So that's pretty sweet. Where's the rat? Mailbox intro. I still haven't found any more. I've been flying around looking for sharks. I found 2 basking sharks total. So that kind of stinks. I have the Blade of the Dreaded Queen from Ice and Fire. I managed to find the Dread Fortress. Went through that, cleared it out. Shouldn't have done that until after I updated. Now that I've updated, I should go find another one. And then, yeah, I've got this Barry's Famous Fez. Pretty cool. And then just items I've been finding. I thought it was pretty neat. The Flame Dragonbone Sword, and then, of course, my Excelsius hat. And, of course, my jetpack. That should be all caught up of all the stuff I've done. And so with that, yeah, what do you got? I've already traded with you. With that, we're going to go fly off. So I hope you guys are having a great day. And whatever you guys are up to, this pack is going to stay in my favorites forever. Very long-term server pack for sure. You want to have some fun. It's very, very heavy on resources, but it is extremely cool. Yeah, you can just fly around and cook stuff. You're like, oh, I don't like this. Cook it. Play some music. The dragon does get hungry, so you got to kind of keep an eye on that. But it moves pretty quick. You may look like he's not flying fast, but it's actually kind of quick. Just make sure you set up your keybinds for your flight because you're gonna, like me, I accidentally hit the shift button, and then next thing you know, my butt's on the ground and he's flying in the air just waiting. Now he'll drop on the ground, and if you drop to the ground all the way, we can go ahead and do that. He starts breaking blocks. And yeah, you don't want to do that. So you get stuck. I just fly out because it's just not my thing. I don't. Yeah. So I fly him around, go around, blow stuff up, burn stuff, waste some time, but it's super fun. I do believe I can shoot fire. And he's so big. Oh, I don't want to start that on fire. That is my training area with my vampire trader. Uh-oh, I hope I didn't crash. These guys have an AI that loads, so if you have issues with it, that's what's going on. The AI from those airships is true. See, I'm breaking the blocks. So that's why I don't really fly them around much. Anyway, I know that's a lot of stuff, but I didn't really do a lot. I just wanted to show you guys what I was doing with it, where I've gone, what I've done. I'll clear out some of these bad guys and make it a little bit better. Right. Are you hungry now? Is that your thing? Yeah, see now he's got 699. You can just feed him anything you want. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. I really, really am having a great time with this mod pack. Now that doesn't mean I'm not going to end it when the new video game that's coming out. I will not mention in this YouTube video, but there's a new game that's been it's an old game that's been promised a long time. If you can guess what it is, I would love to see if you can guess. And also a show that you've watched the video to the end. Once that game comes out, I'm buying the Founders Edition version, or like the most highest level, the most expensive one. And I may even have an open server if I can to let people come onto it. We'll see. We'll see if I got time to run it. I don't know. The holidays are around the park, and I got a lot of work to do. So if you know, you know. Love you, miss you. I hope you all had a great time playing this mod pack as much as I have, and I will continue on to the next episode. Take care. Bye bye.